The outer world were hurled through space toward the surviving luminary, the star we call our Sun. Nibiru drifted into a 792-year orbit, 732 years below the ecliptic and 60 years above the ecliptic plane, an orbit that would continue perfectly until 2106 AD, the year of Armageddon. Phoenix was totally destroyed and entered into a 138-year orbit over the Sun, spending much of its journey far out in the Kuiper belt. Earth in this year began drifting toward the Sun and would not enter its present orbit for 270 years. The Earth completely frozen, the ocean's solid ice. This lifeless drift is found in the Babylonian Enuma Elish text as, "Long were the days, years were added." The outer layers of the day star were ejected out into space to bombard its own planetary system, and then heavily damage the planets and moons of our current solar system. After the initial explosion, the internal core imploded and collapsed, this phenomenon changing it to become something between a black hole and a neutron star. Astrophysicists assert that after a star explodes and loses much of its mass, its gravitational influence plummets, and the system loses its outer planets, which are hurled into space too. The Babylonian Enuma Elish texts, copied from older Sumerian documents, read that Earth was originally from the deep abyss south of present position orbiting Sun. 3. This early cosmological text records an ancient solar system cataclysm involving destruction of planets and their rearrangement. The Earth and its orbit motion constellations of the zodiac ecliptic plane, as now seen from Earth, were not established until the fifth tablet, when the Moon began orbiting Earth and it was ordained to determine the days. 4. Amazingly, planet Phoenix's 45th visitation through the inner solar system was in 1902 AD, when immense dust clouds and mud rained all over the world, the same year when the Babylonian cuneiform Enuma Elish records were translated into English and published with full photos of the ancient texts in an exhaustive work by L.K. King at London by Luzac and Co. The Gnostic text on the origin of the world, discovered in 1945 AD, reads that Phoenix was a witness against the powers of darkness, against the angels, and that it would endure until the consummation, the end. Phoenix was a witness in the heavens, just as are the sun and moon, identifying it as a celestial body. The phoenix appears as a sign of what will occur in the end times, when the sun will darken and moon cease shining, the oceans become agitated, and chaos erupt. 5. This refers to the sixth seal of Revelation, when planet Phoenix transits darkening the sun, initiating a pole shift in the year 2040 AD. This 4309 BC cataclysm reflected in the Gnostic text Trimorphic Protonoia, which shows that the gods, Anunnaki, were made fearful because their body of ascent, planet, was destroyed by a thunder in the deep, southern space, caused by a great fire that overturned their thrones, planets called thrones by the ancients. These archons, lords of time, planetary motion, said, "Our entire habitation has been shaken, and the entire circuit of our path of ascent, orbit, has been met with destruction, and the path upon which we go." 6. This text depicts an orbit altered. Mystic traditions published in the Holy Tablets, which cite thousands of references to Sumerian and ancient Near East texts, claim that the world was inhabited before Adam, but was destroyed when a dust cloud hid the sun and meteorites fell upon the earth. This ruination is why Genesis reads, "And there was darkness over the face of the deep." 7. At this time in 4309 BC, most of the Anunnaki were trapped upon their own homeworld, Nibiru, but others were trapped upon a lunar body called the Dark Satellite. Both Nibiru and the Dark Satellite will directly bear upon the course of human history, as they near the Earth and the Anunnaki are able to travel between the two for short periods. The entire interplanetary civilization built by the Anunnaki is destroyed, including the animals they had made that we refer to as dinosaurs, gigantic reptilian and amphibian life forms that flourished on Earth when Earth orbited the day star.